Welcome to THE Live Network. My name is Dean Krapf. I'm a hair and makeup artist from the agency, and I have the privilege of working with our two beautiful models today, Anna to my right and Fig to my left. And I'm going to provide a hair tutorial, work with different hair textures. I've asked both of the girls to arrive today clean and naturally air dried. And I often have said that a woman's best accessory is her hair. You can switch up your hair and change the girl. With Fig today, she has this beautiful natural curl pattern, and want every girl to know that they again can transform their look by simply changing the texture. So I will be smoothing and blowing out this gorgeous curl to give you the impression of her alter ego. This is our lovely Fig. We're going to minimize the volume and soften the texture of her hair today. So I prepped her hair with Davines Love shampoo and conditioner just to allow that to set in to hydrate the hair. I'm going to follow up with a light oil by Mythic Oil, and also the Mythic Oil cream. I tend to use the cream around the front hairline. It has a little more weight to lay down the baby hairs. And one of the things I highly recommend when anyone's ever blowing out texture hair, you want to lock the hair down in sections that are pretty tight. You want to keep your handy water bottle nearby just to keep the hair wet. It smooths easiest if the hair is really damp, if it's hydrated, and has a nice smoothing product in it. And sometimes sectioning can take a little while. I applied the smoothing products to Fig's hair. I put everything on lockdown with my Mason Pearson brush, smoothing, clipping, and now I'm gonna start to blow dry the hair, starting in the back. Again, my blow dryer with a concentrator, really paying attention to the edges and just getting the hair smooth. So again, I really like using a flat brush to achieve flat hair, and I'm letting the heat do all the work. So I'm just kind of putting a little bit of tension at the base to smooth the base. Then I flip the brush, use a little tension, and I'm extending the hair as it smooths. So the brush detangles and smooths at the same time. It's imperative that the hair is completely dry so that the curl does not resume. So I re-dampen the hair with every section. Just make sure you're keeping the water off of the previous section. And I detangle before I start to blow the hair. Whenever you feel any type of tangling, just take a moment, pause, and gently remove the tangle. You don't want to compromise the hair. You don't want to break the hair. Just be kind to it. So dampen, detangle, repeat. Dampen, detangle, repeat. That's it. So as I move around to the front hairline, again, I want to make sure that I'm laying the hairline down smooth. So I open up my section. I again take my water and really dampen that area. Paying attention to the hair growth pattern. And I'll start in the front hairline just by pulling it straight back and using my diffuser to lay the hair down. So gentle burst of heat. You don't want to burn your model's skin. But the finish is really so important. If you have smooth hair, but the edges are still textured, it doesn't look finished. So already you can see. And then I'll subsection again. Dampen the ends. I think it's just these simple things like remembering to keep the hair damp that actually act as support systems for the whole process. As I move into the top section, I'm going to embrace the same concept. I'm going to dampen the hairline, blow dry the hair back, just to lay the hairline down. You may notice that I add a little product as I go along. I'm not using a large quantity, I'm just small amounts, just to kind of refresh and to help support the blowout. So straight back. Again, using my concentrator to direct the heat. Always check in with your client or your model. I'm actually applying a little bit of tension with my brush. Just grabbing the hair, flattening the cuticle so you get a nice soft transition. So again, I'm going to work in subsections. The front of the hair, the top is so crucial that it looks polished. So I take my time and work in subsections. Flipping the brush, grabbing more tension. And I'm literally allowing the brush and the dryer to do all the work. I'm just inserting it, grabbing a little tension, and just slowly or if you want to add some curl. Fig's hair is now dry and defrizzed, smoothed, but it's not finished. So I'm going to transition into sectioning the hair again and fine-tuning with a smoothing iron just to take the bulk out of the bottom. As I was blow drying the hair, if you noticed, I was a little more delicate on the ends because I didn't want to break the hair. So I was able to get it smooth enough, but not as flat enough as I'd like. No. So I'm going to start at the regrowth with my edger, which is a wonderful tool if you really want to fine tune and lay down the hairline. It literally just grabs the parts that are closest to the perimeter of the face. You can go throughout just to bump out any volume, and then I'll go through and smooth out the ends with my smoothing iron. I'm using my edger just to lay down the hairline. It literally is simply an iron with a fine-tooth comb. And then I'll go into the mid-shaft and ends with my smoothing iron. I take about 1/4 to 1/2 inch partings and follow through throughout the head. Again, starting with my edger. And then following through with my smoothing iron. Again, the steam is the product that's dissipating that I use to kind of buffer the hair and create a protective layer. So as the cuticle layer becomes flat, the hair becomes shiny. You can even see that the texture, though I used a lot of product, is still very silky and movable. It's not weighed down. And just follow and repeat through the rest of the head. So as I've worked around, I've continued to smooth out the hairline with my edger and doing my last section through the front. Again, even if I wear the hair, if I direct the hair forward, I'm still smoothing the hairline back. And then I'll take thin subsections and work across to the part. So we have beautiful, shiny, silky hair. And I like to remind people when Fig arrived and had a lot of volume, it didn't necessarily mean that she had a lot of density. So you can see once we smooth out her hair, she actually has a fine textured hair, not coarse, and it's just very delicate and very soft and pretty. So here's the completed blowout and smoothing for our model Fig. And she's all ready for a day out. Some evenings you might want to add a little extra hair for fun. So I'll show you a quick, easy way just to add some length and some width with a few extensions. So to begin my first section, I come slightly below the occipital bone. Since they're already established in their width, you may need to use a bobby pin or two just to secure them. I always start with a little bit of backcombing at the root. And then I secure this midsection and then follow through to either side. Depending on how much density you want to achieve, you can take 1 to 2 inch partings. I'm taking about 1 inch parting. The great thing about extensions is that they not only can give you a quick change, but you can even switch up the color subtly by going just a half a shade lighter throughout, and then the hair actually can have a bit of a highlighted look. And if you're really daring, you can really push the color and go brighter and have the appearance of an ombre. or balayage. Little teasing at the base, just for grip. Start in the midsection, secure. Follow around to the sides. At this point, I move into the side panel. It's doing a little connection. Try to be mindful where your previous section was. Never come too close to the front hairline because you want the hairline to look natural. You want to be able to pull it back, let the wind take it, and not expose the extension. And I don't go up higher than the rounded part of the head, just so if there's any separation, you won't see the extension. And then do a light smoothing. So here we are, just after popping a few extensions in for length. You can see the tone is just slightly lighter, but it's kind of pretty that it just naturally goes a little brighter. And Fig is all ready for her night out. It's been great spending the afternoon with Fig, and here's her completed look. And we are so happy to be part of THE Live.